Italian Tyson, the beast from the east, coming to y'all live and uncut. Bro, speak, bro.
Yo, so what it do? It's Italian Tyson. So, really just backtracking to my last fight. I thought it was some shit, to be honest with you, because, you know, not necessarily every dog has his day type shit, but I feel like champion has his moments when he's down. And I just kind of got caught in the moments when I was down. So, you know, I was walking around with a big chip on my shoulder, not living life right, not eating right, not training right, partying too much, doing, smoking too much weed, drinking too much alcohol, that sort of thing. Just all around not taking care of myself, period. And I just had the notion that I'm gonna go fight. Fuck it. I'm the Italian Tyson. Who gonna beat me? That's the point, I guess, in my career where, you can look back and see that, Mike Tyson had a moment of this, aspect. Muhammad Ali had a moment of this aspect. And, and the list can go on. Joe Frazier, Sugar Ray Leonard, all of them. The moment you feel unbeatable, bro, is like your biggest downfall, because when the moment you feel unbeatable, you beat yourself. And it's a crazy thing to think, because it's like no one else can beat you besides yourself. But as soon as you beat yourself, whether in my instance be not taking care of myself, not living a rock star lifestyle versus living a fighter's lifestyle, that right there showed the pinnacle of my performance. The run went up 4 or 5 times, not really fighting like my old self, not recognizing my mistakes, not capitalizing on my mistakes, therefore, or my opponent's mistakes. I just feel if I could, sum up my performance, it's a F minus. That's just how I feel. And I'm a big critic. I'm the biggest critic. I know that's a catch-22 with, you being your own worst enemy and you being your own, most, biggest critiquer. I just feel that lights a fire under my belly that tells me, I can do better. I need to tighten up. I need to be a man and take care of my body. I need to eat right. I need to go to the gym. I need to start training 3, 4, 5 times a day, because when I did have that dog, mentality in me, I was unbeatable. And I still have that dog mentality. It's just that dog's been put to sleep. That dog's been put to sleep by the bad decisions that I made. And that's understandable. But as soon as I wake that dog back up, he's going to tear everything and anything in his path. He's done it before and he'll do it again. So, it's only a matter of time. Pressures make pearls. So, basically, but getting into it, just if you're a fighter, if you do any kind of sport activity at all, don't party and go to your baseball game. Don't party and go to your football game the next night, your volleyball game, your softball game, because you will indeed perform like shit. So, leading up to the fight, I guess you could say I was really, really stressed out, because, I literally just came from partying. I just came from drinking all night, doing mushrooms all night, and literally just hanging out with a group of crowd, you know what I mean? There were bitches everywhere, there were fucking drinks everywhere, there was fucking drugs everywhere. It was just a wild fucking night. We've all had those nights, you know what I'm saying? Crazy. But anyway, I just wake up and I'm like, you know what? I want to fight. I'm gonna go fight. Fuck it. I'm the Italian Tyson. There's not a single soul out there that can fucking handle me. And that's my mentality at that point. So on the way up there, I really only have 2 of my homies with me. That's usually something that I have at least 20. I'm at least 20 deep. And that right there is the energy that, I feel energy from all the types of people that I bring with me. And I feel like the lack of people I had lacked the energy, especially given the circumstances of me kind of coming down off of a lot of drugs, you know. So, you know, that with that being said, moving forward, my legs felt weak, right? So I never felt that before. Never have I ever felt that before a fight. My legs felt weak, right? My legs are my foundation. It's keeping me up. They're my angles, they're my setup shots, they're my 1-2 in and out, side to side. They're my feet control everything. Before I move my upper body, my lower body moves. So now my brain is panicking. That's what's going on inside of my head, right? How am I gonna get my fucking controllers and fucking, you know, cheat codes to work if I can't even have a faulty controller? You know what I'm saying? And that's when I knew. That's when I was in my head. That's when I was like, oh fuck, like I'm not Italian Tyson. I'm just a, I don't know what I am, but I'm not Italian Tyson at this moment. And at that, I tried to shrug it off. I really did. My friends knew I had like Kanan and Guts knew like there's something off about him. Like, you know what I'm saying? They even told me like you were in your head about something, and we could tell. But, you know, really moving forward with that mindset, I went into my first fight. Mind you, I had 2 fights this day. I had an MMA fight and a boxing match. And I was so gone. Like, so out of it that I literally like flunked. I literally had a performance in the MMA fight that was just like horrible and was not a good performance. And that was like, when I rematch, bro, I'm going to absolutely destroy him. I'm going to dismantle him. I'm going to demolish him. I'm going to crush him, because that's how much it means to me, because this kid can't fucking hang with me. On a normal day, he can't, you know? And on a bad day, he clearly got the better of me, but it is what it is. He got the better of me, you know. And at the end of the fight, someone yelled, "Oh, that's a nobody," right? I heard those, and I word via quote, "That's a nobody," pertaining to me. I walked out of that ring, walked on that side, and there was probably about like 30 motherfuckers over there. I said, "Who called me a nobody? Step up right now." Ain't nobody wanted to say nothing. Of course, they don't want to say nothing when you fucking confront them. I said, "Who the fuck said that? What's up? Who said that about me? Step in the ring right now." And then some dude starts running his mouth. I said, "Is that you said it? Did you say it?" And I'm getting closer to him, right? Like I'm gonna pop off on him. The security holds me back to Tyson. You know, this ain't the time and place. I said, yeah, you're right. And that ring is the right time and place. Get in here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm telling, bro. They don't want no smoke. So at this point, I'm hyped. Not only do I got to prove something, right, to myself and everybody, I'm hyped. So I got the adrenaline rolling and I got the motivator. So now I'm just like, whoever wants it can get it. You know what I'm saying? Step in the ring with me. Because I got something to prove. And that's when I truly believe I'm at my most dangerous. Little Mac, you know, gets in the ring. Little Mac's, you know, I didn't really know much about him at that time, but apparently he's a Golden Glove championship fighter or something like that. He's going bare knuckle professionally. He's got a lot of fights in street beefs, so he's definitely no slouch. You know what I'm saying? So sizing him up, I probably had about 4 inches on him. I'm 5'10", he's like 5'6", right? So and arguably I might have had more, you know, height and reach on him too. I probably had about 5 or 6 inches in arm length on him, probably more, you know. So it was easy to keep him at bay with the jab. So in the first round, like I said, like I'm really not Italian Tyson. I don't really start off with the jab. I don't really start off with my rhythm. That's how I start my fights off, with the jab and with the rhythm, and I just go with it. And then, you know, I'm flawless, and I'm like a snap of the fingers, like I'm just getting everything like on point and on cue. Right, I threw up, and this was probably about like 2 minutes and actually not like a minute and 45 into the first. So, bam, going through it, right? The fight before the fight. The fight before the fight was all the mispreparation, all the misguidedness, all the partying, all the lack of, you know, discipline in food and in the water and in the soda I was drinking. Not to mention, you know, problems with a girlfriend. That's always distracting in and of itself, but which leads to these self-destructive roads, you know, which may be doing a line here, smoking a J here, but that turns into 2-week-long benders of going through that and not training and not eating right on top of that. Oh no, sir, that is a product for disaster in the ring. Look at Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson for pride, perfect example. Mike Tyson didn't take care of himself and got bested by a lesser opponent. That's essentially what happened to me. I beat myself before really the opponent beat me. And I beat myself the minute I fucking took that drink, the minute, you know, I took that hit of weed, the minute I took, you know, a sip of anything, you know, that's when I lost because I was beating myself at this point. Not your average people, or I mean, average people were being able to get the better of me in certain situations because I was defeating myself. I was becoming a lesser version of Italian Tyson, a lesser version of me, because I was the one dragging myself. I was the one drowning myself. I'm the one who put the rocks on under my feet and sank. You know what I mean? With somebody, even if you have a twin brother or sister, for that matter, there was still a moment where you were alone. You were by yourself. See, a lot of people say the lone wolf is the weakest one of the pack, but I disagree because the lone wolf has to survive without the pack. And I believe that that's the strongest and most dangerous of them all, is the lone wolf. And that's how I like to look at it as far as, you know, me, myself, and I, because it's me, myself, and I that goes to the gym. It's me, myself, and I that, you know, makes the decision to go on that 5-mile run at 5 a.m. You know, it's me that makes the decision to eat, you know, a salad over fucking Burger King and Buffalo Wild Wings and, you know, Carl's, Hardee's Jr., all that good stuff, milkshakes, all that. Nah, but it's me, myself, and I that makes that choice. Okay, do I want to be a killer? I want to be a beast, or I want to just be some like fat, like, you know, below average like person? Like, nah, I want to be a fucking beast. I want to be a killer. I want to be a motherfucking remembered, you know, for years and years and years to come. And that's all through hard work and dedication, because I believe that hard work will translate to easy work if you just put into that shit.
So, bro, can I ask you this, bro? In the ring, man, you know, are you scared when you get in there? I mean, how do you feel?
I'm never scared of the fight itself. I'm more scared of, am I prepared? Am I ready? Or, you know, and in this case, those emotions and feelings were going on in my head. I wasn't ready. I never had that. I wasn't ready. It was always, am I ready? No, I never had a feeling of, oh man, I'm not ready, due to all the partying. You know what I'm saying? Like all the drinking, you know, on top of all the fucking smoking, and the night before, 2 nights before, 3 nights before, that messed my wind up, that messed my whole body functioning up. You know, I threw up who knows how many times, 5 or 6 times in the ring, arguing with my girl, being stressed out all the time because I'm in love with her and we got our own problems and baggage that translates into my fighting style, because if it's on my mind, it's on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Those emotions mixed in with all the partying and everything does not ever end well, and I found that out the hard way, you know. And plus, it's like 120 degrees out there, bro, and like it's just like a desert out there, and nobody knows what that feeling is like until you're in there. And like, not only that, that was like the second fight of the day too. Like,
Bro, so do you believe like fighting is a way of expressing, you know, saying your battle against life, or I mean, do you enjoy fighting, or you know, like what's fighting to you?
I feel like fight, all the above is literally the answer to your question, because that was like the first way you said it was like perfect. Like the fighting is a way of expressing yourself through life, because that's what I do. I express myself. I express all the anger I had built up as a child, all the anger I had built up, you know, growing into and molding myself into the best fighter that I can be, and translating into the best fighter that ever walked this earth is what the dream has been. And I just molded myself and stuck to that dream and stuck to those goals and visions where, you know, I feel like I'm at the part where in the goal and the dream where, you know, I kind of got the chip on my shoulder, you know, I'm feeling myself a little bit, and I fell off the handle, I fell off the rail. And now it's just fighting tooth and claw, you know, to get back to the top, and by doing everything that I got to do by any means necessary.
So, bro. So do you have a support system with you? Like, so, I mean, you said a lone wolf thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, when you in the ring, I mean, are you fighting for somebody? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Of course, to fight for somebody. I'm definitely fighting for myself to have a better life, and literally to fight to not only achieve goals and dreams that I've so longed for many, many years, but, you know, eventually of those of the Russo name continuing in my son and in his son and then his son, and in maybe even in one of my daughters, you know what I'm saying? She can continue the Russo name in the fight world, or whether what doesn't matter. As long as I have one of my mini-me's that fucking carry on the legacy, that's all I care about. You know what I mean? But I definitely want to start it off with my son and, you know, being a better father than my father was, because I feel like a lot of, you know, fighting is expressing myself about the anger and like the survival instincts and the, you know, the things I had to see growing up, which a lot of kids shouldn't have to see due to having a, you know, alcoholic father, that, you know, it would just be a lot of rage and, you know, a lot of like things getting broken and smashed, me included in those things that are getting broken and smashed. And I really feel like that I take my anger out on people, and I take my rage, and I see that person that did those things to me on the other side of the ring, and I want to stop them. Like, I want to stop them from, one, hurting me ever again, and two, assuring that they can never hurt me again. And I know that, like, I kind of lost, like, that side of me due to the partying and due to having the chip on my shoulder, and that killer instinct is something that I really need to desperately get back. And I really feel like through hard work and dedication and training that it's just going to show back up. I'm knocking on the doorstep.